Everybody, it is Liz with Liz Art Finds. We are here today with another video, and we are not numbering our haul. So this will be the first haul video. It's still a weekly haul. It'll still all be the same thing, but we are just not going to have a number associated with it. Sorry for the change. I got some advice from a reseller and YouTuber that might be hindering my growth. So we're going to stop doing that. Let's look at what sold. Over on eBay, we sold this beautiful desktop weather vane with the cherub on top. I had paid $5.99 for it. It sold for $30 and a profit of $21.56. And then over on Knickknacks on Friday, I jumped on the Fast Friday freight train again. It's always a last minute thing, so I don't have a chance to let you guys know about it. If you're following me over on Facebook, I do announce it on my Facebook page at Liz Art Finds, and with the link as soon as I get on the train. So definitely check that out. I sold 6 things. So the category was florals. So we sold 6 floral things. For my total profit was right under $50 in 15 minutes, which can't complain. So this guy I bought for 99 cents. He sold for $6. This guy I bought for $2.09. He sold for $9. This guy I bought for 99 cents. He sold for $13. This long floral tapestry I bought for $2, sold for $12. This piece of pottery I had paid $3.19. It sold for $8. And the beautiful Delft ginger jar I paid $4.99 and it sold for $28. So after all the fees, my profit was $48.89. Again, not bad for 15 minutes. All right, let's get into this week. It was a crazy week. I have some crazy finds, like high value crazy finds. So let's go. Let's start with this mini vase. It's orange and white. It is a Kutani vase from Japan. It's still got its import sticker on the bottom. It's got a lot of crazing. It is old. I did a little bit of cleaning of the base, but you can still see it's definitely been used. I think there was some gold on here at one point that has worn. You can see some of the remnants of that in places. So, I mean, it's in good condition. It's not in great condition. These guys sell like 49-ish. Now, this condition, it might be a little bit less, but I paid $2.99 for it. The solds are $29 to $49. The last 2 that sold for $49. So I think I'm going to try it at $49 and, you know, over time drop the price if it doesn't sell at that price. This will go on eBay, but again, $2.99. Even if it sells for $29, it's such a great pickup. So that was exciting. Just be on the lookout. Kutani vase. They're the ones that I found online all seem to be that orange and white kind of motif in similar shape. So that was exciting. All right, so then, oh my, all right, let's do this one. So this is an amazing glass bowl. The artist on this, her name is Leslie Wilton. This is signed on the back, Black Sheep Pottery, 1989. It's signed right here. Now there are definitely some use scratches here. Unfortunately, there is like an internal crack in here. You can possibly see there's like a little white line. But you can't feel it on the outside. You can't feel it on the back. Like, it's definitely an internal thing. I don't think it would be a problem if you were to display this like on your dining room table as a console dish. It's just a beautiful piece. So what's really interesting, Leslie Wilton, I have a picture of her. I have a little info about her. This was from 1989. She had a glass shop for 20 years, okay? She was the only woman in a very male-dominated field. And so she named her glass company Black Sheep because she felt like she was the black sheep in the industry. And this was like the second wave of art glass on the West Coast. And if you saw my video with Kim Folio, the East Coast glass was really doing a lot of the fused with the powders. And on the West Coast, they were doing a lot of things like this, right? Just colors. This is not a powder technique. It's actually using the glass, the colors of glass, and melting them together. So this is Leslie. There's a couple different pictures of her. This is her LinkedIn profile photo, and that is her in 2018, so more recent. So after her stint with Black Sheep Glass, I'm not sure why she got away from it, but she and her husband have a metal craft business, so they found like junk metal and are making sculptures from that in Southern California, I think Escondido, and she's also looking to get back into glass and into mosaics. So somewhere around the year 2000, she sold her business to one of her employees. So anything coming out with that name after 2000 is not her, but my understanding is he's not currently doing anything with the name. But totally fascinating stuff, and really fun to find one of her early pieces. There are similars like with this design that have been sold, and the similars have sold for a lot, you know, in the 50 to 60 range. 55 to 65, the two that sold in 2018, but none have sold that I could find since 2018. There were some that were back in 2015 and before, but not a lot like this now. So even though it has the internal crack, I may start it around 65 and see what happens. Also probably eBay, although if it didn't have the crack, I would take it onto Knickknacks in one of my high-end glass shows. But because of that internal crack, I'm probably going to list it on eBay. So anyway, I paid $3.99 for this bowl. And again, 55 to 65 in great condition. In that condition, it may end up selling a little bit less. But really fun to learn about Leslie and her pioneering work in the 80s in the West Coast glass movement. So second wave, I think they called it in that time frame. So I need to learn more about what happened with the glass history on the West Coast. I'm starting to understand the East Coast stuff, but there's, oh gosh, so much more to learn. Anywho, okay, so then I found this little Boyd's Bear hanging pillow. It's a tapestry pillow. It still has its tag. It says Boyd's Bears and Friends. It's like a little door pillow. So they sell around 8 to 12. I paid $1.99 for it. So I just thought it was super cute. And you know, one of the other resellers that I watch, homeschooling picker Kayla, she really likes the tapestry pillows. And so I saw the little tapestry pillow and I'm like, you know what, let's try that, see how that goes. So I picked that up. I also picked up this, and you know, this may have been a mistake, I don't know, but it's this thing called Scoodles. I'm still not sure what it is. It's new in the box. I paid $2.49 for it. They sell 13 to 19. I haven't seen this exact one, and the box does have a little bit of damage, like this thing kind of isn't attached to the front here. Let's see, it says, pose us, hang us, hold us, hug us, and we hug you right back. Each Scoodles comes with a special gold coin with a unique code that unlocks a world of possibilities through the Scoodlelicious story machine. I don't know. I still don't know. It's a thing, and possibly someone out there will need this thing. So I picked it up for $2.49 and dropped it, but that's fine. Okay, I also picked up the little Mexico vase. I like these. They're so cute. You know, when they're there for $1 or $2, this was $1.99. You can probably get 8 to 12 for them. Actually, I wrote 5 to 8, so maybe not 8 to 12. 6 to 8, something like that. They're nice to have around. I have a couple that I might lot up and sell together, or I might use these like in an auction. A lot of times at the beginning of an auction, I like to put something that I can start at $1 And so it'll get people kind of in the mood to bid. And something like this, which is very colorful and very cute, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. It's a good thing to start an auction with. So I picked it up for a couple bucks. I also picked up this little vase because it had an owl on it, and a lot of people really like owls. So it's just a little ceramic bell. It is not signed that I could see. I will be doing a bird show on Knickknacks sometime this spring. I don't have a date for it yet. I'm still collecting birds. I've got my cat collection and my bird collection, and I've got some other collections of shows that I'm formulating, but don't have them scheduled yet. So anyway, I paid 99 cents for that little bell, and it's another $5 to $8 thing, I think. Okay, Scoodle, I'm just looking through the list here because I got a little out of order. Just want to make sure I get all the things. All right, so then I went to another day. This was on the 1st of February. I found this Bashir art tile, and this is a company that I meant to look up and forgot, but they are based in Bedford, New Hampshire, and they do different art tiles and trivets. So it has the little hanger to hang on the wall, and it's also got the little feet. Now it's missing one little cork foot there, but they're kind of the little flat sticker kind, so that's easily fixable. From New Hampshire, yeah. So these actually sell pretty well. I paid $1.99 for it, and they sell in the 12 to 18 range. And a lot of them are in this colorway, the red and the black and the green and the white. Although they do seem to have some that have different colors as well. But this looks like it's pretty old. I haven't spent a lot of time trying to figure out exactly when it was made. But again, you can tell from the printing and stuff that it's a little bit older. So I picked that up. And then I found my first piece of BBP. So this is Beaumont Brothers pottery, and this one happens to be a school. It's got a little schoolhouse, and they did a lot of crocks. This company was the Beaumont Brothers in Ohio, and I do have some information here. Crooksville, Ohio. They started the business. Jerry Beaumont started in 1979. In 1988, he opened a factory and brought on his brother as a partner, and they effectively became BBP. And they did miniature crocks, etc., and crocks this size with different decor. So Jerry now, I guess he went through a lot of life changes, and I think BBP must have continued on without him because he left there, let's see, in 1989. He wrote on his current page in 1989, as a result of bad decisions, I lost my family, my company, my home, and my walk with God, etc., etc. So then in 1998, he moved to Baltimore. So there's like 9 years that are unaccounted for in his current bio on his website, but he has opened a new store in, I can't remember the name of the town. I did write it down, but I don't know that I can find it easily here. It's in Maryland, just north of Baltimore, and there it is. Gosh darn it, Phoenix, Maryland. What a great name. So I mean that fits him because of what he went through. So they moved in 1999 he got married again, Phoenix, Maryland, and now he has G. Beaumont pottery in Maryland, and he is still creating, but they look a little bit different. This piece still says BBP, and it's dated 1998. So it was probably the company that's still in Ohio that made this. And they closed, I think, in 1999. I'm not totally sure. So this is a later BBP piece, okay? A lot of these crocks were given as gifts to teachers at the end of the year. which I thought was a cool idea, right? You put like cookies in it, or you can fill it up with whatever and give it to your teacher as a gift at the end of the year. So it's in really great condition. I found this for $3.99. The latest that have sold are in the 24 range. They range anywhere from 18 to 32. But I think 24 is a good number for this, and it's in fantastic, like, new condition. So that was an exciting little find. It was over where the flowers, they keep like vases and flower, like, what do you call them? Artificial flower arrangements and stuff, and that had like fake flowers in it. So it was kind of a fun little find. Okay, so this next stop is where I found my most valuable pieces. This was on the 7th, so I actually got out of work early. I had a doctor's appointment and I just took off the rest of the day. So I love when I'm able to get out the middle of the week in the middle of the day, because they are still stocking shelves. Most of the times when I'm going to thrift stores, it is after they've stopped stocking shelves in the evening. And so a lot of things are picked over. So getting there when they literally wheeled out like 8 carts, it was amazing. So I'm going to show you my best find first. I think it's my best find. All right, I'm going to try not to break it because it's 3 parts. Oh boy, it's a lamp. It's sitting right here next to me. Didn't want to put it too far away. So it is, oh, that's the bottom. It's brass. It's got the etched floral on it. It works. I tried it. What's really fun is that bottom part has a bulb in it, and then the top part you put a bulb in. I just tested, I had a bulb around the house. I tested it. The bottom one, the bulb is already in it, which is cool. And it's got like this 3-way little switch, so you can turn on just the top, just the bottom, or both together. I'm gonna move this out of the way so I don't break anything, but take a look at it. Let's see if I can back it up so you can see it all. There you go. It's really cool. All right, hang on, I'm gonna pop out of frame for a second. These lamps, oh yeah. I mean, I remember seeing them like at my aunt's house when I was a kid. Like they go back a ways. I'm not sure how old. It's definitely vintage. I did pay up for it. I paid $29.99 for it, but there was a sold for $150. There was a sold for $149. There was a sold for $148.99. Then of course there's a sold for $75 and $69 and things like that. But the recent solds are like $149, $150. So I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna pay $29.99 for that. So I'm hoping to get that listed today if the lighting is still good when I'm done getting the video up, so I can take some good pictures, because I can't put that in my light box because it's too big. Anyway, I'll get it listed this week for sure on eBay, and hopefully can turn it pretty quick. I'll let you guys know. So that was just really exciting. And then another giant thing, me with the giant animals. Okay, so this is ginormous. Now they do sanitize all their things. This is Melissa and Doug, giant life-size tiger. He's ginormous. He's got a tail somewhere here that's like really long. Okay, so he's a big dude, and I paid $9.99 for him. And when they're new, they sell around $79.99. You can still buy them new. The solds for the used are in the 48 range. So 10 into 48, and again, those seem to sell pretty quick. So hopefully we can get that turned pretty quickly again on eBay. So yeah, 48 to 50 on that. So that was exciting. It was a really exciting day. I picked up a couple other things I'll show you. There was this vase that was kind of hiding in the back. It was $3.99, and it is from Mexico, and it's signed Armando de Mexico. Okay, and there's lots of this type thing, Armando de Mexico, this shape, that have sold. So the solds on them are 15 to 18. It's not huge. You know, I paid $3.99. So if I can get 15 to 18, hopefully somewhat quickly, that'll be a $10 profit-ish. But it's really pretty. It's ceramic. It's really well done. And it's got a very specific look if you're trying to have a certain decor. And I just thought it was worth picking up. So I got that. I picked up a single candlestick because I thought it was just so beautiful. There was only one. I'll go back this week and see if I can find the second one. But it was only one. It has this interesting signature on the bottom. It looks like a flower with a double stem. Or if you turn it upside down. I don't know if it's SS. I haven't had a chance to ask on this in the pottery group yet to try to find the maker, but it is so incredibly well made. It is just one. So hard to know on the value. I paid $1.99 for it. I'm going to call it 8 to 12. Could be more. You know, these are the kind of things, the pottery things are kind of all over the place. It's what someone wants to spend. So there's that. Then I got one more thing there. I think, yep, this one. Look at this. Isn't he cute? Now he's got a little chippy, and I knew he had a chippy, but I picked him up anyway. It says 7058, made in Italy. Okay, made in Italy. He's an Italian owl. And he is made by Bassano, I think. And it's called a trinket dish, 7058 trinket dish, Bassano, Italy. I paid $1.99. So I'm going to tell you some solds that I found. One sold for 12. One sold for 51. And these are recent. The listeds are in the 20 to 60 range. So I'm not going to list him at 12, but you know, I'm probably going to hold him till my bird sale, and sell him on Knickknacks sometime this spring. The more that I think about it, I was going to list him on eBay because, you know, they have some solds over on eBay. I think I'm going to take him over to Knickknacks. So be on the lookout for that. My bird show sometime this spring. My cat show will definitely be in May because that'll be my 1-year anniversary. My bird show will be either before or after that. I haven't decided yet. I have to see when I have enough stuff to actually pull together a whole show. All right, next up, one more stop, just one more stop. And this was yesterday, and it was a place I hardly ever go. It's like it's a church-run place, but it's not the one I talk about a lot. It's a different one, and they're not open very often. So last time I was in there, the entire store, top to bottom, was all Christmas. They had taken everything else out and just made it a Christmas store. Thankfully, it was not that this time. So they had a lot of stuff and actually some fun little things. So I picked up this tiny little miniature straw painting. So that is all little tiny pieces of dyed straw. So this is Mexico. It's more recent. I don't think this is very old. A lot of the older ones, you'll see just like different gradations of natural straw color. You don't see the dye like this. So it's definitely a newer piece. It's small. A lot of the solds are much bigger. You know, it's not perfect. You know, like normally when you frame something, you would leave a little extra space on the bottom compared to the top. And this is smaller on the bottom compared to the top. So it's not perfect, but I only paid $1. So, you know, it was hard to find because all the ones that I could find were either like this, but a trinket box, or big. So really hard to tell the value on this. So I'm going to call it 6 to 12. I would be happy with 6 or 8 because I only paid $1 for it. And it's super cute. So I just wanted to rescue it from its little shelf. And then I picked up this parrot cheese spreader. It's not really a parrot. It's some sort of Australian bird, I think. I'm not really sure. Maybe a roadrunner. Looks like a parrot. I don't know. So it's a cheese spreader, and it's made of brass, and it's still pretty sharp. I did polish it a little bit because it was really, really dull. So anyway, I paid $2 for him. When they're new in Australia, they had him at like $29, but they've got him marked down to $14.99 on their site right now. So I think 8 to 12 on him, and I will probably put him on eBay. I'm trying to get some of the metal stuff listed over there because, as you saw, the brass weather vane sold pretty quickly. I think I just put that up a couple weeks ago. So I'll try to get that up. I'm not great about listing over on eBay. So I've got about 200 things listed in my eBay store. At one point I had 300. So I need to, this year, my goal is to kind of get that back up. Over on Knickknacks, I've got about 220 things in my store right now. And I would say that the glass and the pottery and then other things that I have run in auctions are what is over on Knickknacks right now. Because typically the way that it works for me on Knickknacks is if I've got a show coming up, I list a bunch of stuff for that show. I run it in the auction, and then at the end, I just click the switch it to buy it now, and obviously increase the price to what it's actually, what I want to sell it for. When I do auctions, I always start it low, and sometimes you can get real bargains jumping in my auctions on knickknacks.net. Anyway, I don't have any planned right now or any dated, but just watch my Facebook, and it'll tell you when the next one will be. Okay, so then 2 more things. I found a Tanawa Ken Edwards toothpick holder. It's got a little bird on it. Okay, so this is tiny. I mean, I guess it could be a mini vase. Oh, chip. Nope, not a chip. Ooh, scared me a minute. In the camera, that looks like a chip, but it's not. It's just a lighter spot of glaze. So anyhow, it's in perfect condition. It's a little bird, and I don't know if those are feathers or a nest or what that is there, but yeah, so it's Ken Edwards, Mexico. So it says Mexico, I believe it says KE. It's got the little asterisk-y thing. Basically, each artist in the studio had a different, like a bug that they would put on the bottom of their piece to denote that it was them. And there is a key that you can get online that denotes which artist made which pieces, because it gives their specific little either bug or squiggle or whatever the thing is. So this is definitely Ken Edwards toothpick holder or little mini vase. Super cute. And the last thing I picked up was a cat. I had to, because I will have a cat show coming up. Now, these are really interesting. They sell crazy high. I think these are hobbyist pieces because they're all the same mold. Like, you can find them online. They have different flowers. There's some with tulips and some with different flowers, but they all are that same cat face with the same little tail here. And this one happens to be signed Pat. I think it's a hobbyist piece. I think sometime in the middle of the 20th century, there were either kits that came out or people went someplace. Y'all can tell me in the comments, but every one of these that I saw online looks completely different as far as the paint job. So it's not painted by the same person. The mold is all exactly the same. And they're selling for $48 to $50. I couldn't believe it. So there are some, and those are the last couple, there are some in the 15s and the 30s and the 40s. I think I would have said 15 to 18 on him. After seeing some of the comps, I would say 18 to 24 on him, especially if I sell him on Knickknacks. If I try to sell him on eBay, it may go a little higher, but he'll be part of my cat show because he's just so different and so cute. And I paid $8, so I did pay up for him. So I mean, I guess I hope I get about 18 for him, but just so cute. So anyway, I think that's everything for this week. So we got through in 30 minutes again. Yay! All right, so I don't have anything great to announce other than if you haven't watched my video with Kim Folio, my interview with Kim Folio, please take a look at that. It was an amazing little chat, and I'm hoping to connect with some other artists and have more chats like that. So stay tuned. It'll be around one a month or one every couple months, depending on how things play out. But that is all. Have a fabulous week, everybody, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.